as a single mother, I want to make this clear. I'm not bitter. I'm not depressed over our situation. I am simply overstimulated. I'm overstimulated from being the full-time mother, the full-time employee, having to take care of my physical, mental well-being as well as my child's. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. I'm going to say it again. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. Why? Because you get to be out here doing whatever you want to do and having fun and getting your child whenever you want to. And me, I have to be the full-time parent by default. Now, do I mind? No. Do I love my child? Yes. But I shouldn't have to validate that and make it feel like, oh, she talking about us because she's bitter. No. I am simply overstimulated.
One thing I know for a fact, I would never be a baby mama again. I will never wrongfully choose the father of my kids again, and I mean that. Because choosing the wrong person to procreate with, choosing um, a man irresponsibly will definitely cost you. Cost you where you will be raising your child by yourself. You will solely be the provider doing majority of the work, and not just financially, but it's so much more that comes with raising children. And that's the problem in today's society, especially with our people. A lot of us are single parents because we wrongfully choose the type of man to lay down with.
Oh my God. Thank God. Thank God she's being honest and admitting the truth. That's just what it is. Some women hate to acknowledge the fact that they chose wrong. And as a result, you're raising those children by yourself. Women have to be smarter. You have to move in a different way. You got to understand the importance of giving somebody a child and them not being responsible for said child, because all of the responsibility is going to be on you. And that is not easy. And I wish that there were more women who would come out and let these younger women know before they make the same mistake, that this is not an easy thing to do. This is why I like to tell young women, hey, don't go out here thinking that it's a flex to be promiscuous and put your body out here and make babies with men you know are not going to be fathers and be responsible, because it's going to take a toll on you. So I like when I see videos of people telling you the hardships of it, because it should be enough to let you know that this is not meant for you to do by yourself, baby. It takes two to make it. It takes two to raise it. And I want people to get that. Let's continue.
I truly believe if we allow God to guide us with our person before we give our body to, everything is going to work out exactly how it's supposed to. If we do some real healing and that way we attract quality people, we won't be in this game like this. You know what I'm saying? If we vet properly, check people's character, check their heart posture, figure out what it is that you stand firm on, what a man has to be to even become your husband and become the father of your kids, man, you'll be leaving so much to just unnecessary mess out. Whew. And sometimes it hurt. Because, you know, once you broaden your horizons, you look at life different. It's like, damn, you see what your child is going without, unfortunately. Without a two-parent household, without two healthy parents. When it's time to bring children, if you're thinking about it, first of all, hand in hand, vet that man properly. Make sure that man has the abilities to be your husband, first off, and have the abilities to be the father and role model to your future children.
Listen, shout out to her. Look, kudos to her. She's absolutely right. And you know, some women get it. She get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think for the women who get it, there's hope for them. There's hope for them because she understands it. She made a mistake and now she understands that the decision that she made was not the best. And so I think there's hope for women who get it. Let's continue.
I don't wish being a baby mom on nobody. I regret so much. The postpartum, I just won't, just watch who you have a baby by. I'll never forget this. This postpartum been hell. And for him to make it so much worse, I'm such this evil person when you abuse me for the longest is insane. Going through all these court cases, knowing that you're wrong is insane. I have a whole restraining order. I have the whole domestic violence thing, and you guys wonder why females don't speak about or even file for anything to protect themselves, because this system is so I'm not a perfect person, but I just want to be a mother to my kids, and that's it. And the fact that I gotta fight for this just because I even voiced it that I had postpartum to begin with is insane. I gave you two kids. I gave you two kids. And all I just wanted was respect back. And the fact that this is even happening is insane to me. Like, it's not like this was some random shit. Like, you was my best friend and I needed you. And the fact that you even let this go down for somebody to make somebody else feel comfortable. Like, I just want to be a mother to my kids. I don't care what you got going on.
So I only show you guys the happy moments of being a single mom and the positive moments of being a single mom, but I never talk about my struggles with it. I'm a 23-year-old single mom to my daughter Maddie. She's 3 years old, and I'm also the primary parent and have been for the past 3 years. Here are just a few things I've been struggling with recently. The biggest one probably being going to the doctor alone. I make and take Maddie to all her doctor's appointments. I've never missed one. A lot of the time I get the, oh, will anybody else be joining us today? And the answer is always no. Also, Maddie doesn't have the same last name as me, so checking in, I feel a little bit of an embarrassment handing my ID over with a different last name than my child. With that comes decisions as well. I am the only one making decisions on Maddie's behalf, everyday decisions that could affect her life, and that is super overwhelming. Having absolutely no help making those decisions and being the person that makes those decisions, I really can only blame myself for the outcome, or that's just how I think of it. I also am raising Maddie 99.9% of the time. So how she's being brought up is solely on how I'm raising her.
You know what? And I think that's a great point that she made about being the primary custodian of her child. So she's raising her 99% of the time. So the outcome of that child is all on you. This is what is mind-boggling to me when I hear women complain about the fathers not being there. And then you look at the outcome of the child. And if the child is getting into trouble and not responding and doing crazy things, in most of the cases, but blame it on the man for not being there. But if you're the primary custodian of that child and you've raised this child, then you have to bear majority of the responsibility for the outcome of the child. I think it's important to have some self-awareness and self-accountability so that you don't make this mistake again. And the problem with not being accountable is people tend to make the same mistakes over and over and over again because you don't think that you're doing anything wrong. Let's continue.
You are looked at as good cop, bad cop in their eyes, so I am both. And trust me, I love being that person. I love being a parent to Maddie in general. I love being her sole provider and the one that she goes to for things. But I really hope me disciplining her and raising her well, she appreciates that in the future, which I hope she does. There's also things I'm responsible for, like I have to tell her why we can't just get in the car and go to her dad's house. Because sometimes she'll be really upset that she can't go or she'll want to go and she'll cry, and then I feel like I failed as a parent because there's nothing I can really do in that situation. So it's me that has to break that news and be like, oh, we can't do that today, or we can't go right now. I'm just always the one constantly breaking the bad news. And I don't want her to resent me for that in the future. And being a single parent is not for the weak. I have been struggling and I've been overwhelmed for these past few months. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I think single moms, single parents deserve so much respect, considering all that we do, the amount of sacrifices we make to care for our children. Every single one of us should be appreciated, but it is a struggle.
I think this is where they fall short. I don't think anybody owes you anything extra for the choices that you made. That's your responsibility. I don't think we should look at single mothers as these special creatures, especially because you made a choice that you knew was not going to be very beneficial. And once again, nobody owes you for a choice that you made. On the simple fact that it's a harder choice, somebody's supposed to look at you and put you in a category of being special because you chose to become a single mother, even though you knew that this was going to be a hard job. I mean, if we have two parents who are raising kids, that's still hard work as well. It's not less easier in a sense of still having to be responsible for children. Of course, yes, it's better to have the parents there because the parents are supposed to be there. But in terms of raising these children and teaching them with both parents parents or with one, it's still a major responsibility. So I don't think single mothers should get any higher praise versus two parents who are there who still have to navigate a child's life and raise them and hope and pray that they did the right things and made the right choices. Raising children is still hard with both parents there. So I don't think as single mothers you should get any praise or any looked at as better, because no, that's a choice you made, even though you know the full load is going to be on you. So it's just part of your responsibility. That's it. Let's continue.
To suck it the up. When some days you just want to cry and it feel like you want to, you have to somehow figure out how to get your shit together before you in front of your child. They don't talk about that. They do not. As easy as all their single parents look, bro, this is really hard when your mental is beating your life. Like, I just want to cry so bad right now, but I can't. You literally have to pep talk yourself every day and just keep going. Like, it is literally not easy being me. But every day I have to look myself in the mirror and give me a pep talk that I one day hope I believe, so I can finally feel better about my motherfucking life. I just need a break. But then I remember there's somebody out here who is living a worse life than me, and I just need to be grateful because in some form of way, I am living in a prayer that I want to ask God for. And despite what I feel now, I need to be grateful for the little bit He has given to me, because He will never give me more until I show gratitude for what is in front of me.
Worst part about being a single mom, when you get sick and you still have to work and your child's not in school because she's kind of sick too. This
I'm not upset because we have to go in, but I now have to think about something for childcare, and my main problem is that I was not ready for my daughter to go to daycare or nursing, whatever you call it. I don't want her to go because I've had so much anxiety and fear about it. And as much as I'm tired and I don't like doing this every day, working from home every day, I don't want her to go. And like nobody understands. They're like, well, everybody does it, Risha, everybody does it. But I don't want to. And she can't go with her dad because he's weird as fuck.
As a mom, you really have to pick and choose the time you can cry, because you don't want to cry in front of your kids, and then when you do cry in front of them, you get a million questions. I have to wait and hold my tears all the way till 12 o'clock at night or until they go to sleep, because I don't want them to hear me cry, because I don't want them to feel sorry and give me a hug and ask, Mommy, what's wrong? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of not being able to vent and not be understood. Like, people don't understand. People just think like, oh yeah, you doing too much. Like, it's fine, you'll get through it. I can't get through it. How? Like, I want to go to school. I can't go to school because I have kids. Like, everybody says it's so easy. How it's easy? I can't pay for the classes. I can't do nothing. I feel like my life is like at a standstill.
Well, I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens when you don't choose wisely. That's what happens when you have no guidance. Motherhood is a beautiful thing if you do it the right way. You don't add up the costs. You don't look at the full picture to decide whether it's this something you want to take a chance on or not. And if you know that this is going to be difficult, and you know that it's a possibility this man ain't gonna be responsible, because look what we out here doing, and we out here just screwing and having a good time. Everything's a good time, but those good times usually yield somebody being pregnant. And then you tell me, oh, he ain't really ready to be a father, so he's not gonna be there, and it's all on you. So what I would advise, look, think about the decision that you're about to make. Even if you're thinking about using protection, maybe you shouldn't do it, because we know protection fails. So think about the person you're doing it with. Is this a responsible person? If you were to get pregnant, is this man gonna step up and really want to do it? Does he really want to be a father? Ask him. Usually dudes will tell you, look, I'm just trying to have a good time. We just kicking it. So you got to ask yourself, do I want to have a baby or possibly end up getting pregnant by a man who just want to have a good time? So you got to really look at the men that you're giving your bodies to and what they want. If they just there to have a good time and you just rolling with the punches, then this is how you end up in this situation. Let's continue.
I'm a single mom of 3 and I work 2 part-time jobs. What I do at FedEx, and it's mainly unloading boxes or loading up boxes into the trucks that are gonna deliver. And sometimes I think like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the, physical pain and the mental health? Like, on my days off, I just want to sleep. And I've seen a couple moms that are stay-at-home moms complain about being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I feel like it's a privilege being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I wish I was a stay-at-home mom. The father of my kids doesn't want to watch the baby because she's too small still, and I completely understand. So I had to call in. And then my stepmom does have her own kids too, so I understand. And it's not like, it's not my stepmom's responsibility either. Like, she's helping me because she's doing it for me and for the kids. But I just wanted to keep working both jobs until I at least got a place for me and my kids. I just wanted to run a little bit and just let it out and talk.
Y'all can say what y'all want. I'm telling you, single moms have it the worst. Single moms have it the freaking worst. When it comes to taking care of your kid and making sure they're good, you are the first point of contact. Everything relies on you. If you get upset, don't be so upset at your kids. Why? Everybody want to come at your throat about how you treat your kids when you upset, but you got to deal with everything. You have to be the person that they have to rely on when they mess up. When they can't do something right, they gonna call you. I want my kid to know that, yes, I'm upset when you don't do this. I'm tired of people always criticizing black moms. Y'all criticize black moms more than anything in this world, and it breaks my heart because I struggle being a single mom.
I think people have opinions on single moms in general. It's not just the black moms. And it's because even when you have constructive criticism, a lot of them don't listen. That's the thing. They know it all. They making their decisions. They gonna do what they want to do. But then when the hard times come, then they're crying on social media and complaining about it. But you don't listen to any advice or what people have to say. And then when, the ish hit the fan, you want to talk about how hard it is. But a lot of times black women don't listen. So if I'm saying as a married woman with children, with my husband, that it is still difficult to raise a child. It's not an easy task to raise children, whether you have a husband or not. But when you're doing it all by yourself, it's even more difficult because you have to be responsible for the well-being of the children. You got to go out and work. You got to make the money. You got to take care of the household. You got to be there for the kids when they're sick. Nobody is there for you. You have to handle it all. And that's why it is more difficult. And this is why I don't understand why when women make the choices that they make to become single mothers, they're not paying attention to the red flags and paying attention to individuals saying, hey, this is not the route you should take. Maybe you should wait to find a husband to create a family because that child needs both parents. And also you will have some kind of support. It just won't be you there. At least you'll have a man who can either take care of the financial aspect or you guys share in it. That, hey, it's not all up on you. If your child gets sick, hey, you can go get your child from school or your husband can get your child from school. That you would have in-laws that might be able to help in some of these situations. It's not just you. But you got women out here saying that marriage is not a flex and that they just want children. That they feel that they can take care of the child by themselves. So if you feel and believe that you can take care of it by yourself, there's nothing else anybody can tell you. When the consequences hit, it's going to be what it is. Let's continue.
This world hates black single moms. This world hates black women, period. Do you know how hard it is to be a black mom, let alone black, period, in a world that hates black people? Every chance I get, I'm upset about it. If I could take it back, I would take it back. God knows I am upset at the situation that I'm in. I hate being a single mom.
The part of parenting or single parenting that nobody talks about is being offered jobs and you can't even accept the jobs because you don't know how you're going to get your kids to and from daycare, or who going to watch them on the weekends if you need to work, or anything in that nature. I absolutely love my kids to death. But if I could talk to the younger me, I would tell me to wait. I would tell me to wait to have kids until I know that I either am financially stable or I'm having a team behind me that can help me, because everybody needs a community. And when you are alone doing this, it's the worst. I absolutely love my kids to death. But when you are trying to give them the best and you have multiple baby daddies that won't even be like, hey, what's your work schedule? Let me help you because I know you done help me, because I can go to work whenever I feel like it and I can make as much money as I feel like it and I can do the bare minimum for my child. It's sickening. And I'm not dealing with one, not two, but three men that fail to realize that they mama needs to work too. And it hurts me to the core because I try to do as much as I can or work around these men's schedules, far as pick up and drop off, and I always get the end of every stick. I try not to be the baby mama that's calling, complaining, or even asking for too much or nothing. So when I can't even take a job that they know that will better their kids' life because their kids are primarily with me, it hurts me. It hurts me because I don't ask. I don't bother. I don't tell if the kids needed diapers or if they needed shoes or if they needed socks or anything. I'm not that type of mother. Even if I didn't have food, I would go to a food pantry before I called them and asked them, hey, can you help me with food? Because you know food stamps don't always feed the kids. But I'm finna start standing on business. I'm gonna have to, and I don't give a fuck. Because this shit is ridiculous. It's becoming ridiculous.
Now, the fact that she has 3 baby fathers says a lot right there. That takes it back to not being accountable and learning from your mistakes. So she did it 3 times over. And, it's hard for people to feel sorry for you when you've put yourself in this predicament 3 times and you didn't learn from the first time. You have to stop trying to look for sympathy and just stop making the same mistakes over and over and over again. That's just what it is. That's what it boils down to, because you're just putting yourself in a deeper disadvantage. And those kids are the ones who are going to suffer from it all. But baby, once again, y'all let me know what y'all think. This is a lot. And I would say to any young woman who doesn't have any kids, please don't go make yourself a statistic. Do not go out here thinking that it's empowering to go out and just have sex with different men and put your body on display, because you may end up with a child or children and end up in this predicament like these women, complaining on social media about how hard it is to take care of these kids by yourself. That's just setting yourself up for failure. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna stop talking. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Definitely chime in on this video. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Y'all keep the conversation going, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.